everyone, and welcome back to the monthly rambles. I didn't expect to be taking another month-long break from this. It's just a lot of stuff had happened at the tail end of April to make it too hard for me to really do anything. I'm still dealing with a massive bout of depression, so if I don't sound as enthusiastic in this episode, that's why. I'm still not 100%, but I feel okay enough to create again. I'm gonna go into why in just a moment. However, I need to give a bit of a content warning for those who need it. I'm gonna be talking about death a lot in this episode, and if that's something you know will upset you, I completely understand. Please feel free to skip to this timestamp on screen now. The timestamp will also be in the description. Your physical and mental well-being will always be more important to me than anything else. Please remember to take care of yourself, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. For those of you who have stuck around to listen to me talk about my beloved family member and pet Shirley, thank you. That being said, I don't really know how to start this off, and I know it may seem silly to some to do this for a pet, but Shirley was so much more than a pet to me. I've had him since I was 15 years old, and he meant the absolute world to me. He passed away April 29th. He was half of my heart and soul, and my dog is the other half. I've been in a really bad depressive slump without him. The sadness and the pain comes and goes a lot. I try not to focus on that so much. I want to focus on all the happy memories I have of him. Like the one with this picture. This is my most favorite picture I have of him. I know it's a bit blurry, but cuddling with me was his most favorite thing to do. Even when he was a kitten, he was super cuddly. And this is really funny thinking back on it. He was such a weird cat. This is gonna be a bit TMI, but I think it's too funny not to share. When he was a kitten, he would follow me into the bathroom and jump on my lap as I'm trying to go. And he would just sit there on my lap purring. And it's like, what do you do in that situation? He would do this to everyone in the family for a little while. So we would run and shut the bathroom door before he'd get in, just so we could have some privacy. He got wise to that real quick, and if he thought anyone was going to use the bathroom, he'd run in there before anyone else could, and he would just wait for his time to strike. I think it was because he didn't like shut or locked doors, and he didn't want to be away from anybody, which I thought was super sweet. He eventually grew out of trying to ambush somebody in the bathroom, which was good. I want to talk about how he got his name. I know what you must be thinking. If he's a boy, why is he named Shirley? It's because my dad liked the movie Airplane and this one particular bit from it. If I can find a clip of it, I'll link it in the description below. His name isn't spelled like how you'd think it would be. It's spelled like Shorely, as in surely you jest, but it's pronounced like Shirley. He was the sweetest, most gentle, and most loving cat anyone would be lucky enough to have. He would always want to cuddle or sleep beside me. He was my little cooking buddy. Whenever I was cutting meat, he always wanted his share. Whenever I would start working on dinner, he'd rush to the fridge to try and get at the meat or milk, and oh man, he loved him some milk and tuna. He would go absolutely bonkers for some tuna. I would always tell him whenever he rushed the fridge, I'd say, "I'm gonna shut you in. You're gonna be stuck in the fridge forever." And I'd slowly start to close the door on him, and he'd wriggle his way out before I could shut him in. He was something else, I tell ya. If I didn't give in to him and give him cuddles or scraps of meat, he would climb up on top of me like I was a ladder, meowing until I eventually gave in. He was always like my little shadow, following me everywhere I went, greeting me when I got home from work, and sleeping in my bed with me. I don't know why he loved me so much, but I'm glad he did, and I loved him just as much back. I could go on and on about him forever, but I think I'll finish it off with this. I'm not going to go into details about his death, but the veterinarian hospital we took him to gave us this lovely card, and I'll put it up on screen as I read the poem out loud. Gentle eyes, author unknown. Gentle eyes that see so much, paws that have the quiet touch. Heard a signal, all is well, and show more love than words could tell. Graceful movements touched with pride, a charming presence by our side. Friendship that takes time to grow, small wonder why we love them so. Oh God, I started tearing up. I knew I was gonna. But I think I think that poem was too beautiful not to share. It brought me to tears when I first read it, just like it brought me to tears now. And I thought it was so sweet. The whole staff signed it and everything. To know they cared so much meant a lot. I'm not going to show the inside of the card or name the place where he took them for privacy's sake. I just thought that was too sweet not to share. And also, this is a little funny bit, but they spelled his name wrong through no fault of their own. No vet ever got his name right. But how were any of them gonna know about an inside joke, you know? I will always love, remember, and cherish every moment I ever had with my beloved Shirley. There will never be another cat like him. My little cooking buddy, my dapper little gentleman, my sweet, snuggly baby boy. Thank you again for those who listened all the way through this part. I truly appreciate it. I've learned a very important lesson through all this, and that's to take pictures. Take a bunch of pictures of everything. The animals you love, the people you love, the places you love, everything. Because one day that'll be all you have. This is a last-minute addition, but I feel like I have to include it in this episode because this man was, and still is, such a huge inspiration to me. I feel it'd be wrong if I didn't bring it up. You'll have to excuse any mispronunciations. Japanese is not my native tongue, but I'm gonna try my best. On May 6th, Kentaro Miura, the creator of his most famously known work, Berserk, passed away due to an acute aortic dissection, a tear in the aorta branching off from the heart. I don't really know what to say. I'm still processing it, honestly. It's funny, my boyfriend is the one who showed me Berserk and I immediately got hooked to it. It feels like I had only just started getting into Berserk and learning what there is to know about Kentaro and his other works, and then boom, he's gone. I know there were a lot of lovely tributes to him recently, and I'm sure he would appreciate every single one of them. He touched and changed so many lives, not just with Berserk, but everything he did. He was an absolute master of his craft. His hard work and dedication shows through every chapter of Berserk. I mean, the man started it in 1990 and kept it going to 2021. If that's not impressive, I don't know what is. I urge you to go read Berserk if you haven't, and if you're of age and can handle such grimdark subject matter, along with his other works. Again, you'll have to excuse any mispronunciations, but I know I've been wanting to look into Gigantomaxia for a very long time now. I hope he's resting in peace, knowing what he did, what he created made so many people happy and meant so much to so many. Kentaro Miura, you are and always will be an absolute creative genius, and I'm so glad we had you for the time that we did. Thank you for everything. So, due to recent events, I've been having a very hard time mentally and emotionally doing anything lately. I need to take my time with things and feel out my feelings and deal with everything that's happened. I do have some fun stuff I want to share, and this has got to be the strangest thing, but I sort of have a pet chicken now. I named her Kentucky. She's not really our chicken, she just happened to get loose from somewhere in our neighborhood. No one's come to claim her or look for her or anything like that. So we just started taking care of her after a while, feeding her and giving her water and stuff. She's the sweetest little thing. I wouldn't say she's shy around people, but she doesn't come running up to them either. I've been trying to pet her ever since she wandered into our yard, to no success yet. I'll update you guys when that happens, because by God, I'm gonna make that happen. I've just recently gotten both my COVID-19 shots, and if you're on the fence about getting the shot, and I for some reason am the deciding factor as to whether or not you get it, then get it. Don't wait, just get the shot. It's not as bad as you think it is, and you'll thank yourself for it. The first shot went alright with just a little bit of swelling, tiredness, an achy body. The injection site was a little red, the usual symptoms. The second shot was a bit different. The injection site had swollen up pretty considerably, and it was hot to the touch. It hurt a bit too, which wasn't fun. Apparently that's called COVID arm, and it's a pretty normal reaction from what I found online. It just sucks to deal with, but I'm happy I got the shots regardless. Alongside that, I also recently went to the dentist for wisdom tooth pain. My visit went fine. They even said my teeth looked good, which was a huge weight off my shoulders, I gotta tell ya. They did refer me to a specialist for my wisdom teeth, which I know I need to set up the appointment and just get these things out of my head because they hurt, but I'm scared. I've always been scared of dentists. Any other doctor, not so much, but dentists always get me for some reason. So I'm going to switch over to talking about games now. I'm pretty excited about The World Ends With You too. I loved the first game and I know I'm going to love this one. It's coming out July 27th, which isn't too far from now. I really like the three main kids, Rindo, Fred, and Nagi, I believe is how you pronounce it. I really want to see how this ties into the first one because in the latest trailer, they teased Neku at the very end and I thought that was pretty cool. I really loved the soundtrack for the first game, so I'm hoping they have music that's just as good in this one. If any of you have a Switch, The World Ends With You 1 is totally worth picking up. I still have my original copy on the DS. It was such a strange and cool game for the time. I still haven't really found anything like it recently. I can't wait to see what they do in the sequel. I'm gonna talk about Resident Evil 8 next. It's not gonna be very long because I really want to play Resident Evil 8, but I'm not paying $80 USD to do it. $80 is ridiculous and I don't care what anyone says. Other than the outrageous price of $80, from the videos I've seen, the game looks amazing, and my love for Lady Dimitrescu has doubled significantly. My boyfriend and I just recently watched the new Demon Slayer movie, and I won't go into too much detail in case any of you are watching the series and plan to watch the movie, which is pretty much required. You have to watch the movie before season 2 starts. But anyway, I have to gush just a little bit. This movie is absolutely visually stunning, just like the anime. There's such intense action and beautiful animation. The music is amazing and the characters are just as great here as they are in the series. Please, 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 if it's on your watch list, just watch it already. It made me cry for a good 10 minutes around the end. For those wondering, I'm pretty far behind in school given everything that's happened, and I'm trying my best to pick up the slack. It's just hard. Other than that, it's going okay. I'm working on getting my driver's license again, since I have a car now. I gotta brush up on the temp test. Hopefully I get to take it sometime this week and pass it again. I really want to start driving. As far as other videos go, I do have a couple craft videos in mind to make and post before the end of June. I'm really trying to do other content in between podcast episodes, and I really wanted to do more vlogs, but with everything that's happened, just kind of ended up in the toilet. I know I'll figure something out soon. Like I said, I'm going to do those craft videos. I'm going to show how I make these badge clips for work, and I want to make this little puppet character from this series I've been watching from a creator I've been following since Newgrounds. So stay tuned for that. And now to finish off the episode, I want to talk about this new microphone I got. I've been using it to record this entire episode, actually. It's a blue snowball, and I think it works pretty well. I can't wait to hear the audio from this newest episode and the previous episode back to back to really get a good comparison of the audio difference. I'm trying, everyone. I really am. I know it's kind of cliche to upgrade to a snowball microphone, but this one looked right for what I wanted to do with it, You'll have to let me know down below if there's a huge difference or not. Biggest thing is, I love that I won't have to wear a headset anymore when I record these. Don't get me wrong, I love my headset and I'm going to use it for other things, but I get sick of having to edit out the heavy breathing and having a mic almost in my mouth the entire time. And with that, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today. If you listened all the way through, I just want to say thank you so very much. I truly and completely appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. If you're going through a hard time right now, I am so sorry. Take the time you need to feel sad, to feel angry, to feel out all the feelings that you need to feel. Don't ever hold it in. Don't ever bottle it up. That's not good for you or anyone else. Just know that you're never alone. There's always going to be somebody there for you, even if you don't think there is. You've gone through worse things, and I know you can get through this. I believe in you. Please stay safe out there. Treat each other with kindness, and things are going to be okay. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.